Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 90 here on season number 2. And today we are getting into Stash Retire Recap March edition. This video was requested by TwoFly101, and he said / asked, can you do a review on the Stash Retire account? So from my assumption, it was on my Stash Recap March edition. I figured he probably means doing a Stash Retire recap because I do already have, I think, a Stash Retire review out. So here it is. You're welcome. The way that I run this account, the way that I run Stash compared to Stash Retire is going to be almost the complete same. All except on Stash Retire, I plan on holding 25% into Real Estate Tycoon, as well as Delicious Dividends and Park My Cash, where on Stash Invest, I plan on only doing 15%, thus exposing myself to more other ETFs that are on Stash Retire or that are on Stash Invest. Right now, though, on my Stash Retire account, I already hold 25% into Park My Cash and Delicious Dividends, where on the actual Stash Invest account, I hold 25% into the Delicious Dividends and around 14% in Park My Cash. There's going to be a little bit of difference there. I got 50%, like I said, in two major holdings on Stash Retire versus the around 40% that I have on Stash Invest into those two major holdings. And then also on my Stash Retire account, Real Estate Tycoon is currently at around 14% of my overall portfolio, where on Stash Invest, it's I think only got $20, so it's probably like 2% of my overall portfolio. And also on my Stash Retire account, I have about 6 to 7 holdings, where on the Stash Invest side of it, I hold there's about 40 probably different holdings over there on Stash Invest. Let's go ahead and get into the numbers. The numbers are what tell the truth. And this month, I had grossed $21.71 on my Stash Retire account. That's also included in that is the bi-weekly $15 deposit. So every 2 weeks I make a $15 deposit. And if you take those out, or $30 out from this month, basically you're left with a net worth of negative $8, or you're left with a net negative of $8.29. I lost, a little bit right there, which the net loss on the account would have been for this month would have been 1.97. So 2% of my account is what was lost, that drop that happened on the account, which honestly is not that bad. That's better than my Stash Invest account. On my Stash Invest account, it was like 2.23, 2.24% or something like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and look on the phone with the actual Stash Retire account. So this is Stash Invest. I need to switch to Stash Retire. And yeah, there was Jacob Worthy's custodial account. Try to get that figured out here coming up as well. Let's go ahead and look at the balance first. As you can tell, stuff was growing pretty successfully. In April, we haven't made any major deposits. Obviously, don't include the last month, and we're still getting increases on the account, which is really nice, and I like to see that. We'll go ahead and review the account history. That way, you guys can see a little bit different on how Stash Retire is versus Stash Invest. We will go down to February. Right there, I got a dividend paid for 16 cents on Park My Cash, and that automatically, because they have a DRIP program, a dividend reinvestment program, it gets reinvested back into the same ETF that you already hold. A $15 deposit in which I bought some Real Estate Tycoon, then a $2 subscription payment. It is $2, not just $1 for your Roth IRA. 14 cents from Wireless Wonders in the form of dividend. Bought more Wireless Wonders. $15 deposit, purchased more Real Estate Tycoon, and then dividend from Delicious Dividends, reinvested in Delicious Dividends, dividend from Real Estate Tycoon, reinvested into Real Estate Tycoon. And then up here is my deposit that I made today, which I deposited $15 and bought some Park My Cash, bringing that back up to 25%. And as far as my overall portfolio goes, I'm up about $13.33. Right now I have a holding of $441.33. So last year I did not max out my Roth IRA. And as far as like holdings go, I own 27% into Park My Cash, 25% into Delicious Dividends, and I do have 23% into that moderate mix right now, because originally when you had to open up a Stash Retire account, you had to put $100 either into Park My Cash or the moderate mix, and so I went with the moderate mix instead of Park My Cash. And Real Estate Tycoon sitting at $60, 14% of my account. And then there's Wireless Wonder, Social Media Mania, and Young Money, which I was originally setting out to buy every single ETF and then adjust my portfolios. And I was like, I'm going to do it different on my Roth IRA account versus my original Stash Invest account, or my Stash Retire account, more or less. So that is pretty much the overall account. I've been happy with it. It's exactly the same as Stash Invest. So if you're used to Stash Invest and you want a Roth IRA account, there's Stash Retire, and I think it is good. I wish that the price per month was maybe $1 instead of $2. But as far as like a Roth IRA goes, I think that it won't even be a big deal here coming up in the future. We'll go ahead and leave it right there. Let's go ahead and jump into the question of the day, which is, if you had to hide a giraffe, where would you hide it? For me, I was thinking about it because I pre-read the question. I was like, maybe I could do it in like a house. But then I'm like, what if the elephant needs to go get, what if the giraffe needs to go get some sun? And I'm like, okay, well, we can't do that. We can't do it in the house. I think the best place to hide it would be just in nature where they belong, and just like track it with the GPS or something like that, so nobody can find it. Unless it was like a purple giraffe or something like that, and it like stuck out like a sore thumb, then you're gonna have some bigger problems on your hands. Like I always say, if you got any questions regarding Stash, Acorns, Robinhood, as well as general investing advice, business IT coaching, post those questions down below. Don't forget to subscribe up here and check out my Stash Recap March edition. Check out this video right here. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.